This is so fucking stupid. I just recorded this video with absolutely no audio, and now I got to do this shit again. Roll it.
Free fall as I die through the kaleidoscope in my mind. No rope up to climb. Gotta remind myself that I'm fine. Mama, I don't really wanna.
Look, it's stupid, and I feel like I have to get mad again because I got my anger out when I did. But I'm gonna try to touch on some of the similar points that I did before. But yeah, this is fucking stupid. This is fucking stupid. We live in a time where the things that are supposed to matter no longer matter, even though they matter. And I know some of you are looking at it like, wait, that doesn't make any sense. No, it does. I'll tell you why. Because if ratings are low, then WWE would get mad that the ratings are low and nobody's watching. But if you make something that people want to watch, then they're going to tune in, and then their ratings are going to go up because people are watching. But if you do the opposite, where you do shit that doesn't make any sense, and then people don't watch, but yet you're expecting them to watch, even though they express to you that they don't want to see this, yet you still do the same thing that people don't want to see, and then complain about the ratings. I mean, sometimes when you think about it, the math ain't mathing. But we're gonna get into the LA Knight thing, but I need to get into this Dominick Mysterio thing, primarily because over the past couple days I've done stuff for the my own WWE Future series where I talked about various superstars, factions, titles, whatever the case is, and where I believe they're going to go within the future of WWE, or rather where they should go, where I believe that they should go. Dominick Mysterio is part of that because I did a video on Judgment Day yesterday. And I talked about how, because of how his character is, how good it is for him in this regard to be going in this direction. However, one thing that we did not talk about was his in-ring ability. But I assumed that this was one of the situations where I stated that within NXT, because they didn't do what they were supposed to do with him in the beginning, and they kind of dropped the ball on him not going to NXT, that this would be their chance to kind of undo a wrong that they did before. Now, should it have been him winning a championship from a credible champion? Absolutely not. But it makes sense because of where he is within the Judgment Day. So it makes sense that he would go over there and steal a title and then go from there, versus him just randomly going back to NXT. Yeah, it would have made sense if they had the Cruiserweight title, but neither here nor there. Anyway, they're off to a bad start with Dominic, and I do not like that, because now you're going to end up highlighting all the negatives that you have on him. You're going to highlight all the negatives that give people a reason to genuinely and legitimately hate him, where he'll start to get go away heat. Because as a character, it's fun to hate him, it's fun to boo him, you love to do it because it's what it is. But at the same time, his character has generated a lot of people who are genuinely okay with Dominick Mysterio. I'm one of those people. If you listen to the fans when he won the North American Championship, there are a good bit of people that was there that popped for him. So there's something that's there. But the problem is, and this is where you can fix it, is his in-ring ability. Because if he can't go in the ring, there's only so much you can do with that character. because at some point he's going to have to stand on his own. And I was somebody who said before that it would be cool if at some point he could become the leader of the LWO and make it a heel faction. You can't do that if he doesn't at least get close to somewhat of the level as a Santos Escobar. And that's going to be very difficult to do, but it's not impossible. Him going to NXT and becoming better is a perfect segue to doing that. Granted, it should have been done before when he first joined the Judgment Day and he wasn't wrestling as much. You have a Damian Priest, a Finn Balor, and a Rhea Ripley who could easily get you at the very least 10% better in the ring. And you've spent this much time on the road with them to the point to where, on top of that, your father's Rey Mysterio. There is no excuse why Dominic should not be better than what he is now. It's a given. But because of his lineage, because of where he is on TV, and because he's not being pushed to the moon, a lot of people overlook that. And we say, okay, you know what? Cool. He's good in this position. You know, they're not doing what they normally do with people of legacy. And he's fine. He's fine in this position here. And we're fine with that. But now what you're doing is what people tend to do when they have people of legacy. You have a Wesley, as I've stated, possibly the greatest, in my opinion, the greatest North American champion in the history of NXT. You take the title off of Wesley to put it on Dominic. Still somewhat okay with it, just within the confines of the story, of his character, and, you know, but as a traditionalist when it comes to professional wrestling and storylines, you've had Wesley on this incredible run as North American champion. He's had incredible wins, fantastic wins as North American champion. Even some where I've bet against him. And he's come out on top. The only way that you should have him lose that title is a match where he just gives it his fucking all. He gives it his all and he loses, but it's a match where you can look and be like, hey man, that match could have went either way. This is a match where this is a matchup between Wesley and Dominic, where you look at it like, oh, no, this is an easy match for Wesley. But you add the Judgment Day to it, which adds to the problem of Dominic, and bam. Has it happened before in the past? Absolutely. You know, where a champion has gone a fantastic run and then lost based on some bullshit, you know, shenanigans, whatever. The problem here is Dominic needing outside interference in damn near all his matches. That becomes an issue because it's going to continuously show that he can't stand on his own 2 feet. So when we get to the point where Judgment Day is no longer a thing, where's Dominic going to go? When I talked about the Judgment Day pretty much taking over this next half of 2023 and then going into 2024 and being a very dominant stable, this means that you have to make things work for Dominic. And I've said it yesterday, where this has every opportunity to succeed, but it has every fucking chance to fail. And right now, WWE is not doing what they're supposed to do in the realm of succeeding with this, because they're shitting the bed very quickly with Dominic, because this is somebody who should be defending this title primarily on NXT. Not SmackDown, not Raw, not anywhere else. Because this is your way of keeping him there without saying, hey, you need to go back to NXT and figure out how to wrestle again. No, you do this. You have him on the main roster to, parade around, kind of do what he was doing last night on SmackDown, where he said, I'm going to show off this belt to my father, whatever. Do that. Flaunt the belt. Go everywhere on the main roster, flaunt the belt. But when you go to NXT, it's time to put the work in. You can still wrestle matches on the main roster because you're within a main roster faction, and it makes sense. But nothing on the main roster should have anything to do with the NXT North American Championship. Everything that you do should be on NXT in regards to that North American Championship. Most of what you do, even outside of that, should be on NXT, because this is your way of being able to get people genuinely on your side outside of what you do as a character, because a lot of that leans on Judgment Day and Rhea Ripley, because without those, will you still be Dirty Dom? You need to be able to do justice to the Mysterio name as well as the Guerrero name. It's as simple as that. This is a chance to fix a lot of the negatives and a lot of the things that would make people shit on you for valid reasons. So that's my advice on that end. Make this decision worth it. Because I would hate to come on here in about 1 to 2 weeks and talk about how WWE just completely shit this whole situation. Now, this shit is probably the most frustrating, and that's because as a fan of WWE and as a fan of professional wrestling, as I have been for a very long time, this shit annoys the fuck out of me, because it should be easy to book the things. As a matter of fact, it should be easier to take chances on things within the realm of WWE, because before, when Vince McMahon was a booking genius, any and everything that generated some type of level of popularity, of interest whatsoever, he had absolutely no problem booking. Not one problem. You think of Stone Cold being the ringmaster, and after that, when he was doing that thing there, when you think of Rocky Maivia, and then him transitioning into The Rock, you think of when they did all those fucking stables. What was it? You had Nation of Domination, you had DOA, you had Los Pericos with Savio Vega. And you just had all these fucking things that Ed, that he would just randomly throw out there and try, whatever the case was. And everything was being able to be taken a chance on. Mick Foley, Mankind, Dude Love, Cactus Jack, all of that stuff Vince took a chance on no matter what. No matter what. You had every opportunity to do whatever it is that you wanted. And then when WCW started to push the boundaries on things, then you start to let a lot more fly, because it's just like you're just trying to throw whatever you could to the wall and see what stuck, to make sure that you generated all the interest back on WWE. The problem is WWE has become very fucking complacent, and that's a problem, because now it's just, we can rest on what we have because we've won. When it actually should be the fucking opposite, because if you're at the top and everybody views you at the top, you should be able to look at everything that you're doing and take chance after chance after chance, especially if it's something as easy as the fans looking at something and saying, hey, we approve of this, we want this, give it to us. It's not hard. It's barely taking a fucking chance, because the thing is, it's already there. The money's already there. LA Knight is already in the top 5 of merch sellers right now. Now, of course, we know how that goes with WWE. Merch doesn't mean shit, because if that was the case, Rusev Day would have been something. Bray Wyatt on a multitude of occasions would have been more than something. So on and so forth. Same thing with the fucking Hurt business. Merch sales to WWE clearly don't mean shit. So I guess we can throw that argument out the fucking book. But what you shouldn't throw out the fucking book is fan reaction. I came on here 2 days ago and I talked about LA Knight being a potential future megastar, and I still believe that. It should be in WWE, because this is somebody who can easily main event multiple WrestleManias. This is somebody who can be a multi-time champion within the company. This is somebody who can generate popularity across the board and bring in more fans, new eyes to the product, and get WWE even higher on the popularity scale. But the problem is, because, I mean, let's be frank here. Vince McMahon wants to push who he wants to push. But the problem is, the guys that Vince McMahon wants to push are already established guys who have already proven themselves, who've already been at a certain point where they've had to build themselves back up. LA Knight did all of this stuff on his own. He was somebody that was going to be written off by Vince McMahon. And in spite of that, he became basically, at this point right now, possibly the most popular attraction on WWE right now, on his own, without the help of anybody else. You don't get that with everybody. And the problem with WWE is, when you do get that with somebody, they shit the bed with that. Rusev, Bray Wyatt, Hurt Business. I'm sure there's more, but I'm not finna go down the fucking list. And I don't understand how you can take something that's just so easily, so graciously gift wrapped for you, able to be just shipped off to you and then given to the masses, and you just say, nah, we'll wait till SummerSlam. We'll wait till after SummerSlam, which brings up the other question. What the fuck are we waiting for after SummerSlam for? What is so important that's going to happen between now and SummerSlam that we have to postpone everything that's going on with LA Knight to after the fact? Because what are you finna do? You finna have him go on a feud with Cody? With Cody, who's on another brand, to do something there? Or are you gonna have him go with somebody who can go to either brand, like a Brock Lesnar, and just, have him get squashed because of all the popularity he has? Because that's the reason that he's going after Cody, right? Because Cody main evented WrestleMania and he didn't. Well, is this because LA Knight has more popularity right now, so Brock's going to be jealous of that? Is that what we're going to do? Going to have him go squash LA Knight and then kill that momentum right there? Or are you going to have him start a feud with Roman Reigns to inevitably lose to Roman Reigns? Because we all know that LA Knight is not the person that's supposed to beat Roman Reigns. So you're going to have him go up getting and then go in a losing effort? Or are you going to have him go up against Austin Theory after he basically beats either Rey Mysterio or Santos Escobar at SummerSlam in a nothing match, and do something that you could have done earlier? See, everything that I've stated could potentially happen. But the problem with that is it's all stupid. It's all very stupid. Especially waiting. What are we doing with Austin Theory right now that makes anybody have to wait? Because Austin Theory isn't doing shit with the United States Championship. Austin Theory has surpassed that at this point. I had already stated that Austin Theory should have lost to Cena at WrestleMania. But you didn't do that. You basically kept Austin Theory as stale as plain fucking bread to where his character didn't grow or change from this situation. He just got more arrogant, more cocky, and did absolutely nothing. Continuously did what he did prior to WrestleMania. So what was the point of the whole Cena match? I stated that you should have had Cena beat him and humble him to the point to where he gained some type of just this aggressive streak where he wanted to show, oh, you know, I learned from this situation and became even better. Nope, didn't do that. So that whole grand scheme, that whole plan, just nothing. The problem is you don't have any plans for Austin Theory. And you don't want to take the title off of him because you don't want him to sit here and flounder and swim off into nothing land while LA Knight takes that title and shoot it up to prominence, which is what it should be doing. But you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. You don't want to think creatively. That's fine. But then I still have to ask, what the fuck are we waiting till after SummerSlam for? What is happening between now and SummerSlam, and what is happening after SummerSlam that makes this whole push for LA Knight so massive and so secretive that you had to sit here and state it this way? I guarantee you that if you don't find some way to put LA Knight in that match at SummerSlam, there's going to be a very, very large percentage that you don't get the response that you think you're going to get. Because all you're going to end up doing is taking something that should be pushed to the moon absolutely right now, and you're going to wait until that heat dies down and that light fizzles and there's no fucking spark and people just are like, yeah, you know what? They're not going to do anything with them. Why are we even bothering? You're going to turn people off to something that is red fucking hot. It's not the fans' fault. It's not LA Knight's fault. It's nobody's fault who wants this. It's all the people, whoever it is. I'm going to put my hat, I'm going to put my name and everything in the hat and say Vince McMahon, Bruce Pritchard. I'm not going to say Triple H because I know Triple H put his neck on the line for LA Knight because he's the reason why we have LA Knight again, which is what I've said in the previous video 2 days ago about LA Knight. But something is stopping this push. I don't know if it's age, which it shouldn't be. I don't know if it's, anything, or the fact that he was somebody who built himself on the independent scene, in Impact, whatever. But this didn't seem to be a problem back in the day, is all I'm saying. As many legends as we have that come back and gain championships and be put in main events and prominent roles here and there, you have somebody who can easily be your top guy while you build new top guys. This is another easy fix. This is something that can help you build your own fucking roster. You have somebody this red fucking hot. This is a given for you. You have somebody that basically has people not asking questions about what else the fuck is going on, because they're focused on this. You can do all this other stuff on the outside while you're pushing this, while you're pushing an LA Knight, while all the fans' attention are on LA Knight. You can then build up Austin Theory the way you want to build up. You can build up Cody and do whatever you want on that end. You can do whatever it is that you want, whatever blonde newcomer that you want to be in the women's division. You can do whatever it is that you want in the process while you do this, because you're making people fucking happy. You're making the fans happy. You're generating more money for the company. You're generating more eyes on the product. This is a fucking given. So then I ask, what the fuck are we doing here? It's as simple as that. So I'll leave it I'll leave it with this thought here. Two forms of thought. Roman Reigns, Charlotte Flair. When Roman was being pushed to the moon, everybody got tired of Roman being in a title picture. They got tired of him being Vince's golden boy. And they got tired of the way that he was being booked. The moment that he started to show signs of himself, whether it be a promo, whether it be the way he acted in certain matches or post-match stuff, whatever it was, people started to gear towards that stuff. They cheered for him. They're like, wait, we want this Roman. We want this badass Roman here. And they continued to not push Roman in that direction. They kept doing what Vince wanted to do. Then we started the pre-tribal chief stuff where he came out and then he didn't really say much. He just, basically the whole fuck shit up and leave. And people started to pay attention to that. People started to say, something's going on here. I'm tuning into to see where this is going. Then the tribal chief stuff, then the bloodline stuff, and everybody was hooked to it. So much so that people said this is probably one of the greatest storylines in modern day professional wrestling history. Listen, pay attention. You finally do what they ask, and these are the results. On the other hand, Charlotte Flair continuously pushed to the fucking moon. No matter what she does, she comes in, title shot automatically. You basically laugh at the fans and put in storylines to the point where you're being very cheeky and pointing the finger at it. Oh, you said the thing with the stuff and, you keep saying it and we're going to keep giving it to you because it's a fun thing to do. You don't have her build up new talent. You don't have her, go through the trenches of where she has to work her way back up to a championship opportunity. You just let her come in, do as she pleases, and then bam, give her a championship. Hey, give her a main event. Hey, give her this fucking notch on her belt. And it's undeserved. And the fans have said ad nauseum how this is not what they want, how this is fucking pathetic, how this should not be something that we should be seeing all the fucking time. And you don't change it. And yes, Charlotte is good in her own right in the ring, whatever the case is. We're not denying that. We're just talking about the booking here because that's what this is all about. And you can see the reaction to this is that it has not changed for Charlotte. It has not. And everybody's going to continue to say the same thing until something is done differently. So, two different scenarios. And the one that generates the most success is the one where you actually listen to the fans. It's crazy how that works out. Yet you have the example where you don't listen to the fans and nothing changes. Yeah. Just food for thought. But anyway, whether you loved it, hate it, don't forget to rate it, thumbs up, thumbs down, leave all your comments, concerns, questions down below. Whether you disagree or agree with me, let me know. I'm fine to dibble and dabble and go back and forth with you. But regardless of the case, it is what it is. WWE is going to WWE. So until you see this handsome face and hear this immaculate voice, I bid you all adieu. And until next time, you beautiful, beautiful mother effers. Tag the fucketh out.
Dollars make a way to make a change. Gotta be insane to make them same mistakes again. So I'm switching lane to lane. Pray the curb don't scrape.